And I'm Mark, and today we're going to be exploring the wondrous world that is Commedia Dell'Arte. Now, without further ado, let's begin, shall we? Now, before we can begin with the fun stuff, an instructor must familiarize himself with the history of Commedia Dell'Arte.
But history is so boring!
You're wrong, Francine. I can assure you, the history of Commedia Dell'Arte is just as rich as the history of the nation from which it originated, Italy. The Commedia Dell'Arte performance style, also known as the Comedy of Artists, originated in the streets and marketplaces of the early Italian Renaissance. These Italian street performers, donning excessive makeup and masks with exaggerated comic features to draw additional attention to themselves and complement their physical and acrobatic skills, eventually teamed up in troupes, or groups, of actors often traveling with the stage to firmly establish commedia as a genre in its own right by the mid-16th century.
Gee willikers, that sounds amazing! But could anybody watch these performances, or were they simply restricted to some sort of Italian class?
Ah, excellent question, Gertrude. Well, as a matter of fact, these commedia troupes performed for and were accessible for all social classes, not just the royalty. Although most people at the time could not read or write, language was no barrier. The commedia performers were highly skillful in their use of mime, stereotyped stock characters, masks, broad physical gestures, improvised dialogue, clowning, and traditional latsies, which were signature stunts, gags, and pranks performed by the actors. As a result, commedia performers were accepted with open arms wherever they went to perform their shows.
Smashing! Has this style had a lasting impression on the world of theater performance?
Oh, you bet it has, Sandy! As time progressed and the Commedia dell'Arte art form gained popularity, it would go on to inspire numerous playwrights, including the Elizabethan dramatist William Shakespeare, the French restorationist Molière, and many others, including Callot, Watteau, Cézanne. And in recent years, Commedia has directly inspired vaudeville theater, and even the film world has been graced by the presence of many actors who were directly inspired by Commedia, and they include Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, and even the Marx Brothers. The significance of Commedia is certainly still inspiring performers to this day.
So, now you know the history, and that means it's time to start teaching the extravagant world of Commedia to your students, who are very eager to learn about this amazing performance style. I'm Arlecchino!
As you can see, Arlecchino wears a mask. He's typically known for his stupidity, wit, and ignorance.
The next character we will be examining is Columbina.
Hello, I am Columbina.
As you can see, Columbina likes to wear heavy makeup. She's also keen and actively witty, is able to hold her own, and is self-sufficient. Next, we'll be looking at Isabella.
Hi, I'm Isabella.
If you couldn't tell by her introduction, Isabella is extremely flirtatious. She's also headstrong, has a lot of dramatic intensity, and also likes to wear heavy makeup.
And finally, we have Il Capitano.
I say, good sir, did I ever tell you about the time I fought alongside Henry VIII at the Battle of the Spurs? It was a ferocious battle and the weather was terrible, but nevertheless, we were victorious. Ah, good show. If it already wasn't made apparent, Il Capitano is strongly talkative and loves the sound of his voice. He's also well-dressed, very brave, and wears a mask with a big nose.
For this instructional video, we have made an original piece displaying a commedia scene that would have been enjoyed by audience at the time of the Italian Renaissance. With that being said, it's showtime, folks.
Well, if you ask me, love is like a piece of dark chocolate, bittersweet and forbidden.
I think I know what love is. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Woo!
Did I tell you I was actually at the recording session of that song? It was 1992 when we were in Germany.
Okay, well, here's my opinion, the opinion that matters the most. I think that love is important. I think that you just know when you love someone, that feeling you get. It is there. It's always there.
Okay, Shakespeare.
And what about you, Isabella?
Well, I just think it's, you know, a pretty boy, pretty girl. That's pretty much it. They just run off and it's just love.
Oh, well, do you think the captain is a pretty boy?
Maybe.
And in just a matter of minutes, you learn the history of Commedia, its lineup of stock characters, and the basic elements of its performance style, and how it can be successfully taught to your students. We hope that you have had as much fun watching this as we did making it. Until next time,
Happy lesson planning, everyone!